Most Betfair traders lose money not because they're unlucky, but because they don't have a clear strategy. In this video, I'm going to walk you through the exact steps to create a solid, data-backed trading strategy that you can actually stick to and, more importantly, improve over time. The first step is really simple, but most people skip it, believe it or not. Pick one market to start with. That's it. It could be on football, it could be on horse racing, tennis. It does not matter, but focus on one. So for this example, let's say we pick the over 2.5 goals market. What is your reason behind that? Why did you pick it? Well, it's liquid, plenty of money on that market, it's popular, and there's plenty of data to work with. Next, what's your edge? Your edge is the reason you think this trade will win more often than the odds are suggesting it will. So for over 2.5 goals, your edge might be teams with high goal expectancy, teams with poor defensive records who are likely to concede more goals, or playing styles that promote open attacking football. So, let's just say, for example, we've got data that suggests there's a 65% chance of over 2.5 goals in this match. Well, what if the odds on over 2.5 goals are evens, right? 50%. Well, we think there's a 65% chance. We think it's much more likely than the market is suggesting. Therefore, entering that trade could be good value for us. So here's where it gets real. You need to build a simple checklist that defines your ideal trade. So for an example on over 2.5 goals is, number one, home team averages 1.8 goals per game. Number two, away team concedes 1.5 plus goals per game. Number three, odds 1.8 or above. Number four, the weather doesn't look like it's going to have a major impact, so it's not raining heavily, it's not snowing, for example. And the key, here's number five. This is a real key that I think a lot of people overlook. Make sure the key attackers are starting. If these teams aren't playing their number one strikers, there's less chance they're going to score goals. That's just basic maths, but a lot of people miss this fifth step out. Okay? Write this down. I've put this on the screen intentionally, so make sure you take a note of this, pause the video if you need to. This becomes your filter, okay? And again, you can create the filter how you like, you can create any type of filter you want to. I'm really just trying to give you an example of where you can start and how to kind of have the psychology to start building a successful strategy for Betfair trading. If a game doesn't tick the boxes for you, don't trade it, okay? This stops impulse trades. And one thing we want to avoid is emotional decisions, okay? Discipline equals profit. Before you risk a penny, test it. Test your strategy. This means testing it, seeing how it would get on, recording the results, noting down the profit and loss, seeing if there's any other patterns from the strategy that have emerged. Perhaps your over 2.5 goal strategy hasn't performed very well, but actually you've noticed it would have done much better as an under 2.5 goal strategy, or maybe even an under 3.5 goal strategy. There's been a strategy I've been testing for over 2.5 recently that has done badly, and so I looked at the under 3.5 and realised there was a decent margin of edge there. That's the kind of thing you need to be looking for and trying to spot in data, okay? And you can do that by testing and tracking your results. In fact, I can give you a spreadsheet that you can use for that. So if you want the spreadsheet, just say the word spreadsheet and I'll send you a copy of that. Just make sure to click copy and make a new one for yourself. And you can use that spreadsheet to record your results moving forward. One thing you want to look at is, what's your strike rate? What are the average odds? And what's the return? And if it's not profitable over 100 plus trades, don't skip ahead. Maybe tweak it, maybe look at something else that might have worked in those 100 trades and then try again, or create a different strategy, look at a different angle. The world's your oyster with Betfair trading, but it's important that you do test your strategies before you put money on. Once you've got a strategy that's been looking solid on paper, start small. £1 stakes is the minimum on Betfair. That's what I'd suggest to use. This phase is about testing you, not the strategy. Can you follow the rules? Can you track results without emotion? Will you not chase if you have a bad run? now that you've put real money on it. Real money can have a very different feeling to when you're just testing something on paper, and making sure that you don't get emotional, make mistakes that way, that's what really matters. Every trade you place is data. Win or lose, track it, okay? What was the setup? What was the result? Over time, patterns will emerge. Maybe it works better in midweek games, your strategy. Maybe bad weather kills it. I often find that my strategy struggles sometimes in the midweek, but do better on the weekends. I find Sunday to be my best day for football trading. I don't really know why, but the fact is I've got years and years of data that has shown me that. I've also found that the 3 o'clock kickoffs, especially in England, can be very difficult. Again, this is something that has developed over time, and you will notice these patterns within your own strategies, and they will probably be very different to mine and someone else's, but that's the beauty of testing, okay? So use a trade log, look at the date, the match, the criteria met, the odds, the result, and the notes. Again, if you're on that spreadsheet, let me know. The traders who make money long term are the ones who improve what already works. They don't throw darts, they sharpen their spear, okay? They make their strategy better. Okay, here's the thing. Confidence doesn't come from winning trades, believe it or not. Confidence actually comes from knowing your edge and knowing that you've got a profitable strategy. From seeing your strategy play out hundreds of times and knowing you're following a proven process. That's when trading stops being stressful. You trust your process, you play the long game. You know, people ask, well, how do traders get to that relaxed state? That's one way of doing it. And why are newer traders always so much more stressed? And why are new traders so stressed, often angry about trading? The fact is that they haven't tested their strategies enough to get confidence in them. And then when you have confidence, you know your edge, you know what you're doing, it does reduce the emotional strain, believe it or not, quite significantly. So trust your process and play the long game. Okay, so let's recap. If you follow these 7 steps, you will build a strategy that can give you an edge. No more guessing, no more following tips, just you, your data, and your process. So let's go through the recap. Number 1, pick one market. Number 2, define your edge. Number 3, create a checklist. Number 4, test it. Number 5, start small. Number 6, track and tweak. And number 7, build your confidence. If you want help building or testing your strategy, check out either betfairtradingcommunity.com for football or Lightspeed Stats for horse racing. Either way, we have 50% off the first month of your membership at the moment. We will give you a strategy to get you started, along with advice on how to trade that, and also a spreadsheet to be getting on with. But if you just want that spreadsheet and you don't want to sign up to anything, like I say, just say spreadsheet in the comments and I will send that over to you. We give you strategies that will give you selections regularly, and you can test them and do all these things we've mentioned in this video, and that's why we do follow that template. If you subscribe recently, I've noticed subscribers have gone up quite dramatically recently. That's absolutely brilliant. Tell us in the comments, say I've just subscribed, and I'll personally reply to you. It's great to speak to you guys. You know, we're all part of one big family here at Betfair Trading Community. We're all part of one big team trying to make money trading on Betfair. I hope you have a great week, and most importantly of all, I hope you make some money trading on Betfair.